Hi there. I have been looking at English wheels for a little while. I don't have a massive need for one, but every once in a while it'd be kind of nice for different things. I don't do a lot of fabrication, but the one you do need it would be kind of cool. I definitely don't have the room for a big one, as you can see behind me, all the junk. But I did find kind of a benchtop model. I was looking on a site called TEMU. I'm sure everybody knows about it. I did not know about it, and I was not sure if it was real or not because it was kind of cheap. But I thought, what the hell, we'll try it. So I bought it, and it showed up the other day. So today, I think we'll open up the box, see what it is, and see if it's a total piece of garbage or if it's worth keeping. So let's open it up and see what we got. So here's the box it came in. As you can see, it's not very big. But really, I mean, I don't need anything huge for the little things that I do. And I figured it'd be a good way to learn, if nothing else. I'm gonna set this up and open it up real quick. The box is heavy, I'll tell you that. Let's grab a knife. Let's see what we gotta do to get this open here. Like I say, I've never ordered anything from this place. And the site's a little weird, where you spin a wheel and it gives you coupons, and I thought it was kind of hokey. But for the money that this was, I figured I could try it. It was awfully cheap. Usually, well, not usually, I've been looking at the Harbor Freight ones here and there, but I really just don't have the room. I've got to get some other, definitely got to organize this place. And I am going to get pretty crazy with that and make a pretty good video on that. I've been looking at a lot of different ideas for organization for small areas. One of these days I'd like to get a shop or build one. Out back, I do have an area for it, but it's kind of a lot of money. So, all right, so box is open. There's an owner's manual, some type of a screw deal here, and a whole bunch of anvils. Those don't look bad. Yeah, those look all right. And the upper wheel up here. So honestly, so far, these don't look bad at all. The frame of it, like I say, is pretty small, but for what I really need to do here and there, I think it'll be fine. And honestly, it's pretty deep, so maybe I can do bigger stuff than I think. And I'm going to take it out and set it in the vise and kind of half put it together just to see what it looks like. I thought I would open up the instructions first. Okay, so it's supposed to look like that when I'm done with it. Looks like there's a pin here that holds that, and then these little things just kind of float. Let's see, just a bunch of warnings. Don't stand on it. Don't do weird things with it. There's the different dies it comes with. 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2, 5, 9, and flat. I'm guessing that's the radius. 1.5 inch radius. Yeah, it says right there, 1/2 inch radius. So that's kind of cool. So it does have a lot of dies it comes with. Let's see, J, all of those little things are the rods for the bottom dies. And then there's a clevis pin for the top one. So we'll find that here in a second, so we can put the upper one in. Pretty simple machine, really. And it looks like it tells you how to put her together. What do you know? Instructions. All right, then moving on, it looks like you put this little frame piece together on the top, and that holds your dies. That's pretty clever, looks like. All right, let's put it together. Here's another shot of the frame. It looks pretty sturdy for what it is. I'm sure there's a little bit of bend to it, but not terrible. Just looking how it's reinforced and whatnot. The vise moves a bit. I would have to do something with that, of course. But like I say, for now, we're just trying to see what all's here. I know that this screw deal goes down here in the bottom. It screws in. So you can apply tension. I have seen people modify the Harbor Freight ones where they have the tension from the top. And that might be something we do someday. Who knows? I only paid like 90 bucks for this thing. It was actually 85, if you want to know the truth. Alright, so that's moving up and down. Cool. Anyway, I only paid 80 bucks for it. On some of the other sites, same thing. It was like anywhere from 180 to 230. But yeah, that's how much it was. And if nothing else, these anvils look pretty nice. So if I needed to make something bigger or, you know, larger with the same concept, I think that would work just fine. So I found the wheel and the clevis pin. I already showed that. So that just kind of goes in here like this. Sucker's got a bunch of oil all over it, that's for sure. And it actually looks like we might need to, it's got kind of a hard line right along here. So we might need to radius that a little bit, just so you don't get lines in your stuff, your metal when you're using it. Now it looks like every one of these anvils, they're kind of the same way. They're pretty clean, but you can kind of feel a ridge. So that's pretty easy fix. Every one of these anvils has one of these little pins that goes in here. I'm not sure which one goes with which, but they're all different sizes, great big ones, small, all that. So that we'll have to figure out. That won't fit for sure. And some of these are awful little. There's one little bigger one, which I think fit better. That guy right there. And really, it just sits in here like this. And this thing spins up. Like so. And then you put your piece of metal in there and do your deal. Work it back and forth. It might be a little cheesy, but these are not. So I think for the money, the anvils alone are probably worth that. And I think that'll work out fine for what I need. Just looking at it. I don't know if you can see or not, but I do want to show you, like right there, you can kind of see the line right here. That would leave a mark in whatever metal you're trying to shape or whatever. Easy fix though, just take and kind of radius that off. And same with this, you can't really see it, but it's got a feel to it right there, where it just needs to be kind of dressed up a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe the frame and stuff, fine, whatever, that way. But these can definitely be used otherwise. But we'll try it, see what it does. I'm not gonna leave this up. That's why I'm kind of going through it kind of halfway. And honestly, it's a simple machine. There's not a whole hell of a lot to it. Just a frame and a couple of wheels. And that's pretty much what all the fancy ones are too. But I am gonna kind of put some of this stuff together just so you can see what it's supposed to look like. The sides in the pictures. So this piece on the top here just holds the dies. If I can find find the hole. It's way up there. Okay. So it sits on here like so. And it does line up. It comes with a couple of nuts. I have no idea what size they are. And that's the little hairpin thing for the, what do you call it, for the cotter pin or whatever you call it. Clevis pin, my bad. And that just goes over here to hold this. If I can find the hole. There we go. And these little dies just sit up here. With these little pins sticking through them. I probably won't leave it like that, but just so you can see, that's how they store them. There might be a little better way to do that, but that's what comes in the box. So yeah, I'm kind of digging it. I think it's cool. And after looking at it for a minute, these pins are all pretty much the same size. I was lying there. It looked like this is a spacer that goes in between the bottom of this and the screw. So if we put it in the bottom of this guy and do that, I put some magnets on here to hold it, but that didn't really work very well. If you don't do it that way, then it doesn't really want to, it sticks up too far. So there we go. And that kind of sturdied it up a little bit. I still think it's got a little bit too much play in here, so we might need to maybe get some shim stock or something and put in there. But we will address that when I actually use it. You can see as you tighten it, it kind of bends a little bit. But that's all right. I think it'll work out fine. But like I say, you get quite a few of these dies with it. I think that's neat. I have a cheapy bead roller that I use here and there too, and it's not a whole lot different than this. Well, it is. It's a little bigger, but it's pretty stout. I had to sturdy it up a little bit. And if I have to weld some reinforcement of some sort on here, so what? For what I do right now anyway, I don't think I need to get super carried away spending a bunch of money on something I'm going to use here and there. And probably most of you guys are the same way. Anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. I'm not going to put that all together, like I say, because I'm not going to leave it here. But I just want to show you what you get for not a lot of money at TEMU. But for the dough, if nothing else, I think these dies are worth that money. Like I say, if you needed to build something sturdier, fancier, whatever, I think these will do the job just fine with a little bit of work. Like very little work. A little bit of sandpaper and some polishing, and I think those will be great. I think that's a little loosey-goosey, so we might have to come up with a way to make that a little more sturdy. All this metal stuff's nice. Like the dies and all the pins, all that stuff, they're pretty nice. And if you look at any other, unless you get crazy, like the Harbor Freight English wheel, it's not a whole lot different, it's just bigger. Same with Eastwood has one. There's a bunch of different ones. I see Eastwood has a benchtop model similar to this. It is a little fancier as far as the frame of it, but it's a lot more money too. And for me being a full-on amateur, yeah, I don't think I need anything too crazy, at least right now anyway. maybe I'll do a modification video on this thing when I get to that point. Main thing today was just to show you what you get for kind of cheap. As of right now, would I buy it? Yes, just if nothing else, just for these. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.